Mr. Chairman, Madam High Commissioner, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to address you and express Serbia's strong support to the work done by the United Nations Human Rights Council. The reality we live in constantly reminds us on the vulnerabilities of human rights and of the complexity of identifying adequate response to their violation. Serbia is sincerely committed to fulfilling the obligations undertaken by ratifying United Nations human rights treaties. We regularly submit reports to the treaty bodies and continuously work to implement the accepted recommendations. We pay special attention to the Universal Periodic Review as a tool of examining the human rights situations in each and every country using identical methodology. Serbia has passed 3 review cycles, including the voluntary midterm report we submitted last year. Human Rights Council's special procedures have an open invitation to Serbia, in accordance with the practice of maintaining active cooperation with the Council. We have submitted over 300 responses within this mechanism. Ladies and gentlemen, the events of the 1990s have left a mark on the region I come from. Serbia is striving in good faith to contribute to the achievement of lasting reconciliation by constructively approaching the resolution of all open issues, with a commitment to strengthening regional cooperation. We focus special attention on determining the fate of missing persons, primarily as an obligation of the states towards the families of the missings. Unfortunately, resolving this complex issue has often been politicized, thus slowing down the entire process. According to the data of the International Committee of the Red Cross from 2021, 9,925 persons are still listed as gone missing in the region. Specifically, 1,621 in the autonomous province of Kosovo and Metohija, 1,964 in Croatia, and 6,340 in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I would like to underline Serbia's commitment to resolving the fate of missing persons, building on the premise that the right to the truth is one of the fundamental human rights. Ladies and gentlemen, for many years, Serbia has been pointing to the importance of finding a lasting and sustainable solution for the issue of persons in protracted displacement, both for the refugees from Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina and the internally displaced from Kosovo and Metohija. Stabilization of the situation in the region largely depends on resolving this issue. Serbia is among the countries with the largest number of internally displaced in Europe. These are persons of Serbian and other non-Albanian nationalities who have been forced to leave their homes in Kosovo and Metohija. According to UNHCR, out of the total of 201,284 internally displaced, only 7% were recorded as returnees. Sustainable return is estimated at less than 3%, primarily due to safety-related pressures on returnees. In accordance with United Nations Security Council Resolution 1244, ensuring sustainable conditions for the return of internally displaced to Kosovo and Metohija is the primary responsibility of international presence and of the provisional institutions of self-government. We believe that in finding lasting solutions for this issue, it is necessary to ensure equal choice between local integration and return to the place of origin. For these basic requirements need to be met in the place of origin in terms of personal and property security, the rule of law, and absence of discrimination. We expect the international community to continue its efforts aimed at identifying lasting solutions for refugees and internally displaced persons. The migrant crisis that spread in the world due to displacement for the areas affected by conflicts and natural disasters has further emphasized the interdependence of human rights and humanitarian issues. As a country located in the Balkans migrant route, Serbia has taken a highly human approach in the provision of shelter to persons who found themselves in the migrant situation, by providing international protection to this category of persons based on the principle of non-discrimination. A special test is posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, further increasing our collective responsibility when it comes to respecting the right to health. Serbia is taking all the necessary measures to suppress the pandemic in the best interest of all its citizens, while ensuring the availability of vaccines to all categories of the population, and also providing the opportunity to the citizens of all countries in our region to be vaccinated. The pandemic reminded us of the importance of mutual cooperation in order to ensure equitable health care in every part of the world. In spirit of solidarity, Serbia has selflessly delivered vaccines, both to some neighboring countries and to the countries of the African and Middle Eastern regions. Finally, may I inform you that Serbia has established a council for monitoring the implementation of the Human Rights Council's recommendations. In order to increase efficiency, an electronic database will be transferred from the Office of the High Commissioner this year. We are aware of the responsibility of states to implement the jointly adopted treaty norms in good faith. Cooperation and mutual understanding should be the basis for action, in line with the principles of universality, objectivity, and non-selectivity. We appreciate the independence and impartial approach in the work done by the High Commissioner Michelle Bachelet. We will continue to support the work of your office, including our active engagement with the United Nations bodies in the field of strengthening and protecting human rights. Thank you for your attention.